Hey Raider Nation, buckle up because today's news is going to rock your silver and black soul. We've got major moves happening in Las Vegas, moves that could completely redefine the Raiders' defense for the 2025 season. From a surprise linebacker signing to a potential Pro Bowl reunion, things are heating up fast at the Intermountain Healthcare Performance Center. Stick with me until the end because the names being thrown around aren't just any names, they're game changers. Trust me, what's brewing behind closed doors could take this team from contender to full-blown AFC powerhouse. Let's start with a bang. The Raiders just pulled off a lightning-fast move by signing linebacker Germaine Pratt, fresh off his release from the Cincinnati Bengals. And when I say fast, I mean fast. The front office didn't waste a second, locking him in with a one-year deal worth $4.25 million, plus $500,000 in performance bonuses. According to NFL insiders Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero, the speed of this transaction proves one thing. The Raiders are not here to play nice in 2025. They're here to win. Pratt is 29 and coming off the best statistical year of his career. Last season, he racked up a jaw-dropping 143 tackles, career high. That's not just production. That's consistency at the highest level, folks. But before we get too hyped, let's talk real talk. PFF did report that Pratt had 20 missed tackles last year. That's not a stat we can ignore. So now the question is, can Pete Carroll and his coaching crew tighten that up and unleash Pratt's full potential? Looking at the big picture, Pratt brings more than just raw numbers. Drafted in the third round back in 2019, he's played 96 NFL games and started 88 of them. And get this, he hasn't missed a single regular season game in the last 2 years. That kind of reliability is golden, especially in a league where injuries change everything. With over 600 tackles in his career, Pratt's experience and durability could be exactly what the Raiders need to anchor a revamped linebacker unit. Now, let's talk competition. Pratt enters a linebacker room that's anything but quiet. With the additions of Devin White and Elandon Roberts, the battle for a starting spot is going to be fierce. And that's exactly what Pete Carroll loves. Iron sharpens iron. Carroll isn't just looking for starters. He's looking to mold elite-level defenders. And in his system, a guy like Pratt could either be a gem or a challenge. Does Pratt still have that elite-level burst? Or will he need a full transition under Carroll's watch? One thing is clear, Pratt's arrival adds real depth and leadership to this Raiders defense. Whether he starts or not, his presence will be felt across the field and inside the locker room. And let's be honest, the AFC isn't getting any easier. With quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen waiting to pick apart weak defenses, the Raiders can't afford to have any soft spots. Pratt might just be the veteran enforcer they need to stabilize the core. But hold on, Raider Nation, we're not done yet. While the front seven is starting to look scary good, the secondary is still very much a work in progress. And guess what? There's a name floating around that has Raiders fans and Pete Carroll buzzing. I'm talking about a former Pro Bowler with deep ties to Carroll. Yes, Shaquill Griffin is in Las Vegas, and things are getting interesting fast. Griffin's visit wasn't just a casual stopover. He landed in Vegas on July 11th, and thanks to some flight delays, he ended up staying an extra day. That gave Carroll and his staff 2 full days to evaluate him during mandatory minicamp. 2 full days to assess not just his game readiness, but also what kind of leadership and energy he brings to the team. That's no accident. This was strategic. This is a calculated look at a potential game changer. Let's not forget the history between Carroll and Griffin. Shaquill was drafted by Carroll Seahawks in 2017 and quickly became a key part of that defense. And who can forget the powerful storyline of him playing alongside his twin brother Shaquill? The chemistry, the passion, the leadership, Griffin brought it all. His best year came in 2019 when he made the Pro Bowl with 65 tackles and 13 passes defended in just 14 games. That's top-tier cornerback production right there. Since then, he's bounced around, from Jacksonville to Houston to Carolina, and most recently Minnesota. But here's the thing. 2024 was a comeback year for him. He played in all 17 games for the Vikings, racked up 41 tackles, and picked off 2 passes. He showed something that's been missing: availability. And in the NFL, availability is just as important as ability. Pete Carroll sees that, and he knows exactly how to use it. Carroll isn't just looking for players, he's looking for leaders. With so many young names in the Raiders secondary, including rookie Darian Porter, Griffin's experience could be priceless. He knows Carroll's system. He knows what it takes to win. And he could be the perfect mentor to help mold the next generation of Raiders defensive backs. This isn't just about one more signing. It's about building a legacy in Las Vegas. Talks with Griffin are progressing, and with so few quality corners left in free agency, this could be the move that ties the whole secondary together. In Raider Nation, imagine the reunion. Pete Carroll and his former Pro Bowl cornerback working side by side once again, this time under the lights of Allegiant Stadium. The chemistry's already there. Now, it's just a matter of sealing the deal. The reality is this: the Raiders' secondary needs help. Eric Stokes was a nice pickup, but he hasn't had a pick since 2021. Darnay Holmes and some late draft additions are solid, but there's still a lot of uncertainty. And in a division packed with elite quarterbacks, that's a dangerous gamble. Griffin could immediately bring veteran poise and a proven track record to balance out the inexperience. Don't underestimate how valuable Griffin's Seahawks days were to Carroll's scheme. He knows the ins and outs of how Carroll runs his defense, and that could make his transition seamless. Even if his Pro Bowl peak is in the rearview mirror, Griffin's 2024 campaign proved he's still got juice. And let's not forget, he's hungry. After bouncing between teams, this could be his shot at stability, leadership, and redemption. There's also a deeper layer here. Carroll isn't just building a defense, he's creating a culture. A culture based on smart football, relentless energy, and the development of young talent. And Griffin fits that mold perfectly. He's not just a body on the field, he's a mentor, a leader, a guy who's been through it and come out stronger. That presence in the locker room could mean everything in a late-season playoff push. So now we wait. The buzz is real. The negotiations are active. And every Raider fan out there is refreshing Twitter, waiting for the news to break. If this reunion between Griffin and Carroll becomes official, it could mark the final key piece to a defense ready to take on the NFL's best offenses in 2025. Raider Nation, are you ready for this transformation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would Shaquill Griffin be a perfect fit for the silver and black? And what do you think about the Germaine Pratt signing? Was it the right move, or are we taking a risk? Let's talk about it. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this video with every Raiders fan you know. We're building something special here, and you're a part of it. Until next time, just win, baby.